Okay, so let's get started on our backs. So if you want to lay down, it's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. You deserve a moment of rest. So lay on back into your savasana. Start to tap into your breath. Feel it move in and out of your nose. You can have your hands on your body if that feels good. And just notice where the breath wants to go. Does it go somewhere easily? And from that space, just expand it a little wider. Our exhales are just as important as our inhales. So letting those be as long and as deep as your inhales are. Let's take one more nourishing breath here, feeling good about being on your mat and just breathing consciously. And then start to bend your knees into your chest. Give them a little rock from side to side. And then let your feet come down to the mat. Knees stay bent, but let your feet be pretty wide. And hands can rest on your hips or your lower belly. Now let your right knee drop inward, but keep your left knee straight up. So rolling towards the inseam of the foot and just letting that knee point as far forward as you can. And then bring it back up. So you might need to spread your feet a little bit wider. So right knee stays pointing straight up, left knee starts to drop inward and forward. And you can let that hip lift up a little bit off the mat as well. So just do a few of these on each side, exploring that internal rotation. Good. Finish up your last one. And then come back to neutral. Walk your feet together. Let your knees open up into Baddha Konasana. Take a couple breaths here, deep into the belly. You can let your hands rest on your belly. Breathe into that space. Good. You can use your hands. Draw your knees back together. Let them come into the chest. And then find your shins or your ankles with your hands. And find a little Baddha Konasana or butterfly here. Your feet don't have to touch. I almost like my feet to be a little bit wide. And then with my hands on my shins, just start to roll your ankles. Let your knees come back into your chest. Let your hands come down by your hips, palms face down. Inhale, press your heels up to the sky. Exhale, let your knees come back into your chest. Good. Couple more like that. Inhale, press it up. Just waking up your legs. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. You can start to rock on your spine, or you can just come straight up to seated. Find a comfortable cross-legged position, sit up nice and tall. Feel that length of your spine, and we'll go right into our circles. So inhale, lean forward. Exhale off to one side, all the way around. Keep this movement going as slow or as fast as you need, as big or as small as you need, but let it feel good. And next time you come to the top, take a pause, switch directions. Add one more full rotation. Then back to center. So let's open the right leg out wide and keep the left heel in towards the body. So the knees are spread wide as if it was a wide-legged seat, but one heel is in. Okay. So from here, we're just going to start to settle into the side body. So inhale, reach the left arm up and over. And then rise back up to center. Let that hand ground right arm up and over. Let this be your own little flow with your breath, side to side. Good. So if this feels good, keep doing it. If you feel you want to go a little bit further, next time you bring your left hand down to the ground, bring it behind a little bit. And then when you reach your right arm up, lift your hips, send your weight onto your left knee, come into a little wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, sink the hips. Open that left arm back up and over. Good. Again, keep going side to side. If you want to add in that wild thing, you can. You don't have to. It feels good without it. One or two more. Good. Coming back up through center. So switch sides. So when you switch, everything already feels a little bit different. So let your sit bones settle. Let your legs get used to now this orientation. Okay. And then you can start right arm up and over. Keep the chest wide. Keep the heart open. Exhale, left arm up and over. Keep it going. Feel good about moving the spine. Feel good about opening the side body. Good. So remembering, if you open up into that wild thing, the hand grounds a little bit more behind, but still off the mat. Lift up. Keep it going. And if you do one and it doesn't feel good, just do that one. Don't do any more. Good. About two more. Good. Coming back up through center. Coming to a comfortable cross-legged position. You want to sit up on something to get a little bit more height in the hips, you can. So let your hands rest on your knees. And we're going to flow through a little cat-cow here seated. So as you inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, look up. And as you exhale, start to round through the upper body, let the shoulders round forward, tuck the chin. And keep going. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Good. Really stick your chin up in the air as you inhale. And then even letting your head drop back with a lot of space in that front body. Good. One more here. Good. Pausing for a moment here and seated. Close your eyes. Just be. Find your breath. And just find that little bit of gratitude for how good it feels to be in your body. We start to move, especially after not moving much. It just feels good, right? So grateful that my body allows me to do movement. Right? So 2 breaths with a nice sighing exhale. So inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Again. Nice. So come forward to your tabletop, hands and knees. Good, and just take 2 or 3 breaths here, settling in. So if that's a cat-cow, if that's a side bend, just take a couple breaths for you. Feeling good. So I want you to come into a really strong table, right? So the fingers spread, the hands act like they're trying to separate, but they don't go anywhere. The chest, the upper back is really solid. Feel the ribs start to knit in, feel the lower belly hug up and in, find some strength all the way down your torso. Tuck your toes under and hover the knees an inch over your mat. From here, lift the hips, press the chest back to your thighs. So we're not going all the way down dog, just a little squatty down dog. Come back to that knee hovering. Feel the power in your body. Couple more of these, pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Knees back to hover. Good, again. Good, let your knees come all the way down. Let them spread a little wide. Press back, child's pose. Take a moment. Good, one more nice nourishing breath here. Good. Start to rise back to your table. Tuck your toes, lift up into your down dog. And spread all 10 fingers, let the shoulders get nice and strong, really lifting up through the side body. And as you inhale, rise to your tippy toes, let your hips go really high. And as you exhale, let your heels sink back down towards the earth. Again, inhale, tippy toes, lift it high, press into the hands. Exhale, sink the heels. Last one, inhale, lift it up. And lower down. Look forward. Step your feet towards the outside of your hands. We're going to come into our malasana squat. So toes are a little out, heels are a little in, and sink down. So heels can be lifted, whatever here. We're actually just going to find some side-to-side movement. So just rock it a little side to side. You can lift your toes up. Good. And then for a moment, we'll come into a more of a traditional malasana. Bring your hands together. Lift up through your heart. Good. Lift your hips forward, fold. Heel to walk your feet back to hip distance. Allow a little bend in your knees. Shake your arms, shake your head. Good. Sink your hips down pretty low. Reach your arms up to the sky, chair pose. Feel good about it. Press into the heels, stand up tall mountain. Good. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath. So step out wide on your mat. And we're going to come into our warrior two stance. So the back foot for me, it's my left, and my right toes are forward. Okay. So keep your hands on your hips for now, and we're just going to feel into a little hip movement. So start to bend into the front knee, finding a little warrior two. Feel the strength in your legs. And then as you straighten that front knee, feel the right hip tuck under, reach the crown of your head forward, find a little triangle stance. Good, lift back up, bend into that front knee, warrior two stance. Just work in the legs, don't worry about the arms for now. Inhale, straighten, feel that hip kind of notch under, lengthen the spine, keep the chest really wide open. Good, just one more. Feel the power in your legs and your feet. Good, rising up. Good, turn that toe in. We're just going to switch to the other side. So left toes point forward, right foot's parallel. Hands on your hips, just start to bend into that knee. Do you feel a difference between the sides? Straighten the leg, tuck the hip, lengthen the spine, lengthen the crown of the head. Two more of these on your own, feeling it out. And not just going through the motions, right? Really staying curious about how the body feels in these positions. Taking it slow, listening, paying attention. And then rising back up to center. You can heel toe the toes a little in so that your stance is still a little wide but not quite as wide. And we're going to do this little game where you reach your arms out wide and then tap your right hand behind you. So you might have to lift your heels, spin on your toes, bend both knees, tap the mat behind you. Okay? And then rise back up. Spin your feet. It might feel awkward. The feet don't want to go. Spin the toes. Lift the heel, bend both knees, tap down behind you. Good. So keep doing this in the name of creativity and allowing your body to experience something a little different. I learned this from Cecily with the Yoga Detour, if you guys are familiar. Now for your next couple, try to touch behind you in a completely different place. So reach for somewhere else. Set a goal, reach for it. Got about one more on each side. Or just come back to that wide-legged stance. Step your feet a little wider. Turn your heels in, toes out, and set up for your goddess. So with your hands together at your heart, just find a little bend in your knees. So this isn't our deepest goddess. This is just finding a place where you feel kind of strong. And then just be there. And notice for a second, how do your legs feel? How do your hips feel? And now I want you to press stronger into your heels. Just your heels, firm them up, press those heels down. See if that changes the ability and the strength of this pose. One more breath. Heels keep plugging down. Good, straighten the legs, keep pressing into the heels. Turn the toes, face forward, step up to the top of your mat. Okay. So these sun breaths we're going to do are not quite our sun salutation. So stay with me here. Try to adapt or adopt this new little arm movement for our sun breath. So feet are strong, and we're going to play with that plugging into your heels in almost every pose. So feel your heels ground up. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders back, roll the elbows back, lift the heart, inhale. With your hands coming to your hips, lower down, forward fold, move through your flat spine. Let your hands come all the way down to the mat. Good, halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold, and as you do, let your hands come back up to your hips. And then inhale, lift all the way back up to standing through your flat back. Hands drop down by the hips. Good, again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders, elbows back. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, hands to the hips as you fold forward. Good, let your hands come all the way down, mat or shins, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, hands come back to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Good. This time, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands behind the back. Shoulders, elbows back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward, hands at your hips. Good, hands down to the mat as you continue to fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, bring your hands down to the mat. Step the right foot to the back. Drop that knee. Low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. Breath in. Gorgeous. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Tuck the back toe under, lift that knee, step back, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, you can drop the knees or stay on the toes, pull the heart forward, lower down, low push-up. Cobra pose, inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. Look forward, step your right foot in between the hands, take a pause in runner's lunge. Plug down into the feet, open the heart, look forward. Step up top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold as your hands come to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Good, so other side. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to the hips as you fold, long spine. Good, hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step the left foot to the back of your mat. Drop the knee. Inhale, sweep up, plug into that right heel. Gorgeous. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Tuck the back toe under. Lift, step back into your plank. Breath in. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Breath in. And down dog. Breath out. Good. Take a full breath here. Good. Rise to your tippy toes. Look forward. Step the left foot in between the hands. Runner's lunge. Sink the hips. Broaden the chest. Step up top of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Hands to your hips. Inhale. Rise all the way up. Good. Exhale. Gorgeous. Good. So inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to hips, fold forward. Good. Plant your hands, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back. Drop the back heel. Set your stance for warrior two, and then rise up. So warrior two, feel good here. Settle in. Good. Plug into both feet, plug into both heels. Flip the front palm. Reach it up to the sky, reverse. Good. As you exhale, straighten that front leg. Feel the hip draw towards you. Reach the left arm forward. Bring it down to the shin, right arm to the sky. Triangle pose. Peel the heart open. Good. We're going to bring both hands down to the mat. Frame the front foot as you spin onto your back toes. So your back heel lifts and you feel your hips sink back a little bit as both legs straighten. So this is a long pyramid. Fold over that front leg. Press into both feet. Inhale, bend into the front knee. Drop the back knee down to the mat. Low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, sink the hips back. Lift the front toes. Half split. Good. Walk it back forward. Right hand plants. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Twist, open up. Good. Exhale, bring that hand down to the mat. Tuck the back toe under. Lift the knee. And start to walk your hands over to the right. Pivot the feet so you're in your wide-legged fold. You can let your hands come to your shins or your ankles. Bend your elbows. Plug into your heels. Go ahead, bring your hands to the mat or the floor. Lift up halfway. Turn your toes out, heels in. Start to bend both knees as you sink your hips down, setting up for goddess. Now, number one thing, press into the heels. Lift up. You can bring your hands to your heart. Keep pressing into those heels. Draw the shoulders back. Heart stays open. Feel good about it. Keep pressing into the heels as you stand all the way up. Turn your toes. Step up top of your mat. So other side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Lift your heart to the sky, breath in. Exhale, hands to hips, fold. Long spine, gorgeous. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step the left foot to the back of your mat. Drop the heel. Rise up, warrior two. Shoulders down the back. Plug into your feet, knit the ribs. Feel good about being here. Feel strong, deep breath. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse, reach it to the sky. And exhale, straighten the front leg. Reach that left arm forward. Sorry, right arm forward. Hand down, left arm to the sky. Heart stays spacious. Good. Let both hands come down to frame that foot. Hips start to square. Back heel lift, spin onto the toes. Sink the hips back, long pyramid. Squeeze those hips. Hug in the lower belly. Good. Drop down to the knee. Lunge here, breath in. Good. Exhale, sink the hips back, lift the toes, little half split. So what's more important here is the forward fold, not sinking into that hip, not trying to sit all the way on the heel. It's that lengthening forward. Good. Bend into that front knee, plant the left hand, right arm to the sky, twist open. Or just exhale, bring that hand down to the mat, tuck the back toe under, lift the knee. Walk to the inside, find that wide-legged fold. Maybe this time you walk your hands underneath, letting the crown of your head sink closer to the earth. Keep pressing into those heels. And walk your hands forward, lift up halfway. Turn your feet, so toes out, heels in. Start to sink down into your knees. Plug stronger into your heels to rise up. Good. Open your arms up, goddess. Gold pose. Keep plugging into your heels. Feel this little drop of your tail, this little lift of the lower belly. Good. Press into the heels to stand tall. Step up, top of your mat. Good. Shake it out. Wobble the legs, do what you need. I'm going to get a drink of water. Okay, so similar, just a little quicker, moving on. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the lower back. Lift the heart, breath in. Forward fold, sink. Good. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step the right foot to the back of the mat, drop the heel, warrior two, rise up. Good, flip the front palm, reverse, inhale. Triangle pose, straighten the front leg, reach the left arm forward, bring it down. Maybe the right hand comes behind the back this time. Right shoulder keeps peeling open. Good. Exhale, bring both hands down, frame that front foot, spin into the back toes, sink the hips back, square them off. Good. Drop that back knee, inhale. Exhale, half split, sink the hips, lift the front toes. Or just walk back up to the front, tuck the back toe under, lift that knee. Right hand's grounded, left arm reaches up, twist. Back leg is super strong here. Exhale, bring that hand down. Walk to the inside, find your wide-legged fold. Your variation of choice here, you can find sway. Good. Start to lift up halfway. Turn the toes out, heels in, sink the knees, sink the hips, plug into those heels, rise up, goddess. Good. Let one leg straighten, move side to side. Good. Find your stillness in center. Take a breath. Press into the heels. Straighten your legs. We're going to step into our chair pose. So turn the toes. Get the feet ready. Step into chair. Or sorry, tree. So tree pose, foot to the calf. Maybe your toes stay down on your mat, or you can bring the foot all the way up to the thigh. We're going to bring in our asymmetrical arms. So the right knee is open. Reach the right arm straight up. Reach the left arm straight out to the side. Palm can face up. And now feel this middle line from the left inner foot all the way up to the palm of the right hand. And from that midline, peel the left hand and the right knee away from it. Get stronger. Deep breaths. Good. Maybe bring the back of your right hand to the top of the right thigh. Reach your left arm a little up and over, half moon. Good. Back to that asymmetrical arm. Good. One more like that. Top of the right hand to the thigh, left arm up. Good. Asymmetrical. Good. Bring everything back through center. And step it down. Good. Shake out that standing leg, foot, whatever you need. Good. And other side. So plug into the feet, plug into the heels. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward, long spine. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Let your movement be a meditation. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Drop the heel, warrior two, rise up. Good. Flip the front palm, reach it up, reverse. Exhale, straighten that front leg, reach the right arm forward, left hand stays behind the back. Peel the heart open. Press into both heels. Bring both hands down to the mat, frame the foot, spin onto the back toes, sink the hips back, long pyramid. Drop the back knee low, lunge, breath in. Exhale, sink the hips back, lift the toes, half split. Good. Inhale to the top. Plant the hands, tuck the back toe under, lift that knee, stay strong. Left hand grounds, right arm to the sky. Good. Exhale, bring that hand down, start to walk to the inside, wide-legged fold. This time bend into your left knee. Sink down, lift your right toes. Side lunge, good. Lift up and over to the right side lunge. Good. Come back to center, wide fold, breath here. Halfway lift. Heels in, toes out. Sink the hips, plug into the heels, rise up strong. Goddess. Good. Sway that a little bit from side to side. So straightening one leg. Good. Plug into your heels. Find center. Strong breath. Straighten the legs. Step right into your tree pose. Plug down through that standing leg. If your left knee is open, left arm straight up. Right arm out to the side. Find that midline. Inseam of your right leg. Up the spine, up the top of the head, palm of the left hand. from that midline, peel away from it. Right hand, left knee, peel open. Good. Just to challenge our balance, you bring the back of the left hand to the left thigh, reach your right arm up, shifting the balance back to asymmetrical arms. Yeah, it's a little hard. One more. Asymmetrical arms. Good. Bring everything back to center. Step that foot down. Shake it out. Good. So take a vinyasa here, all for you. I'm not even going to cue it. Your breath. Just take what you need. We'll meet in child's pose in a moment. Nourishing breaths. Feel that aliveness in the body. Good. Start to meet me in tabletop. Hands and knees. So from here, just firing up a little bit more of that navel chakra energy, that power energy, that life force. So plug into your hands like you mean it. Broaden the chest, broaden the upper back. Hug your right knee up and in like you're trying to reach up to your armpit. And then let that knee come back down. So just firing up the core. Left knee, hug it either to elbow or armpit. Lower down. A couple more each side. Good. Next time you reach your right knee up, squeeze. Step the toes to the back of your mat. Find your plank. Left knee up and in, squeeze. Step back, full plank. Right knee up and in, squeeze. Plank. Left knee, squeeze. Plank. Last two. Good. Drop to your knees. Come to seated on your heels. Whew. I don't know about you, but that's pretty hard for me. Roll your wrists out. Good. So from here, you're going to bring your left hand a little bit behind you, but a little bit off to the side. And we're going to go for a lift up of the hips and the right arm reach. But don't worry about how far your hips go up, okay? Just let it feel good for your body. So you're plugging into the left fingertips. Lift the hips, reach the right arm. Good. Lower back down. Good. Switch. Bring your right hand behind. Lift the hips, left arm up. And lower back down. So come all the way up to your knees. We are setting up for camel here, so we'll do two. The first one, of course, we want to take a little bit easy. Prime the body, prep the body, let it feel good about it. So, hands come behind the back. I'll do it from the side. So the hands are behind the back. And then feel the shoulders draw back. And number one, I want you to press into your knees just as strong as you've been pressing into your heels this whole time, okay? So feel that difference. Really plug down into your knees. Feel the tailbone drop, and as your shoulders draw back, just lift the heart. Lift the heart, look up. Let your body feel strong here. If it's shaking, come out a little bit and feel in a really solid place. Just breathe. Keep pressing into your knees. Good. Lift the heart. You can sink down, back onto your heels. Take a pause. Good. So this pose, camel pose, we probably all know it. We know it in our bodies. Because I can't see you, please do what's appropriate for you and how you feel today. Not yesterday, not last week, not last month. So we'll set up for our camel number 2. Take it where you want, but start to rise up. Okay. So knees are hip distance apart, not closer. Okay, don't squeeze your knees together. Let them be solid underneath the hips. Feel the hands come behind the back. Feel the shoulders draw back. Feel the heart lift up. Plug down into your knees. Feel the tailbone drop. Lift up through your heart. Good. From here, as you keep lifting up, keep pressing the hips forward. Maybe you lean them a little bit more back. Maybe your hands come to your heels. Feel good about where you are. Take 1 or 2 more breaths. Good. Start to lift up through the heart. Come out strong. Sink the hips down. Take a pause with a long spine. Deep breath here for you. Good. Swivel the legs around. Come to seated. So, check in with what you feel in the body, right? We fired up that core center, that navel energy. We open up the heart with that camel, so feeling the heart nice and vibrant. I want you to just shift your awareness to your throat, to your neck. Moving that energy into the throat space. And we're going to keep this movement just really light, really subtle. So as you inhale, your eyes can be open or closed, but as you inhale, just turn your head to gaze over towards the left. And as you exhale, turn the head to gaze to the right. Chin stays parallel to the floor the whole time. Keep moving with your breath. Letting that energy accumulate in this throat space. Take 1 more full round of breath. Back to center, let the eyes stay soft, just notice that space of the throat. Let's take those 2 sighing breaths, so in through the nose, out through the mouth. Send your legs out long in front of you. We're going to set up for our long leg forward fold. Using any support that you need, draw the toes back towards the shins. Sit up nice and tall. So now we're shifting that energy from the throat Bring your awareness to the space between the eyebrows, so shifting up to the third eye. Keep the heart open and just start to lean forward. Find your forward fold. Hands can be at the feet, they can be on the thighs, the shins, the mat. Do what feels good in your body right now, but then find a place to stay, breathing, keeping your awareness at that third eye space. Another breath here. With your awareness still at that third eye, from that space, lift up. Keep lifting, keep lifting, keep the spine nice and long. Good. So from here, we're going to lower down onto our backs. You can take your knees with you. Find a little rock from side to side. Do whatever feels good here. Good. And then shifting into a reclining twist. So keep the right knee into the chest. Send your left leg long down the mat. Cross that knee over the body. And we're going to find those asymmetrical arms. So reach the right arm straight up overhead. Reach your left arm out and to the side. And just feel the body in this position. Notice how the core has to work a little bit to keep the twist. Good. You can start to release. Straighten the hips back out. Good. Hug the left knee into the chest and the right leg long. And cross it over the body. Good. And then maybe you reach that left arm straight overhead. Right arm out into your T. And just embrace the difference of this pose. Sometimes that's what creativity is all about, switching it up, doing something different. Good. Start to shift back through center. You can give your knees a little hug into the chest. Take whatever last bit of movement that you need before settling down into your savasana. And just a reminder, Shavasana can be whatever you want it to be, whatever you need it to be. If that's lying flat on your back, if that's lying on your side, if that's lying on your belly, if that's seated in meditation. I also encourage you to explore different options there. If it's legs up the wall, take a position where you can feel truly at ease, comfortable, and in this space to just soak in the benefits of your practice. It's like the save button on a Word document, right? So let yourself settle into this save. face and the jaw. And the space that surrounds the eardrums, the inner ear, and the space surrounding the brain. That space opposite of the third eye, so the back of the head. All of that space that we created around the throat and the neck, let it soften. Relaxing the space that surrounds your heart. Down the vertebra, the spine. The hips and the lower belly. Softening the backs of the legs. The knees, the inner ankles. The bottoms of the feet. Allow that vibrancy continue to spread through the body as you rest in stillness. And start to bring your awareness back to that life-giving breath, deepening it in and out. Inviting that movement to the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, take your time if you're lying back to roll over to one side. And then eventually we'll meet up into a seated position. Let your hands come together at your heart, finding your Anjali Mudra. And we seal this practice, we save this practice within ourselves and our body together with the sound of Om, taking that cleansing breath first. So inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Thumbs rise to your forehead. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.